Welcome to another video from me on the stuff that's in my stash. This particular kit was specifically requested by viewer Damien Q8T when he saw the video on the same aircraft from Matchbox. He thought that this one might be better, so I found it. So let's see whether he's right. So this is the 172 scale Curtiss SBC-4 Helldiver from Hella. This is in a nice box. I like the box art, very evocative, and it's a bit newer, isn't it? Let me see. Anything interesting to note on the front end? No scratch marks or anything else. That's the view of the end, which you will see in the shop. And there's a whole list of things here. Let's see. Curtiss SBC-4 Helldiver, Aéronaval Français, 1940. And then you have Royal Air Force markings for a Cleveland of 24th Squadron, Royal Air Force, Hendon, 1940. So this kit and the Matchbox kit both have a RAF option, the Cleveland, but the SBC-4 from Matchbox has a US yellow-winged option, whereas this one has got the Aéronaval option, which looks nice actually. Let's pop this open. Okay, it's a very nice box actually. The decals look very well preserved, which is a relief. Slight little damage here, I think, but nothing too major. And maybe slightly off register, I don't know. But this is the UK side one. The French one looks very nice. And you can put the centers in yourself, so that should not be an issue. Slight damage here. Yeah, there seems to be quite a bit of damage actually. Let's pop this open and see whether the damage happened whilst it was in the bag. I don't think so. Yeah, see? Thankfully the damage occurred at the bottom end. Missed this one, which is a relief, but hit that one. Yeah. And hit that one, but that's something which I think we can touch up. I'm not sure what that is though. We shall see when we look at the instruction sheet. But the bulk of the decals appear to have survived very well. So I'm not going to take up too much of a fuss. I'll put this aside. Okay. Now let's have a look at the box contents. 2 pages. You have the first page, which is the history of the plane. Okay, pause there if you want to read it. And then see on this side, yeah, some directions, study drawings, and practice assembly before cementing parts. In other words, do a dry fit to apply the decal, slide off backing to position shown. Yeah, okay. Not appropriate for children under 36 months of age. All right, good. So if there are any viewers here who are less than 36 months, this is not for you. Instruction sheet. Okay. Let's just straighten out that. I'll make this a little bit, yeah, zoom out just a little bit more. Okay, so we have engine, and straight up, I think there are some differences already from the Matchbox kit. I mean, I'm not going to highlight differences because I don't have the kit in front of me right now, but I will just show you this. It shows a bank of cylinders, right? And then that collector ring of sorts for the exhaust, and then kind of like a loom of cables and wiring. That's nice. Then step 2. Okay, you have to remove the sprue inside, put the propeller through that, and then trap it with that. Okay. Don't glue the propeller. Just glue the end of it when it hits that. Cockpit. at stage 3, it's a cockpit flight control column or joystick, and it's got the 2 seats, right? It's got a seat facing forward and a seat facing aft. Step 4, you trap that assembly together with an instrument panel here, and then the engine assembly goes here, and then the fuel tank goes there, and then the fuselage goes together. There is a tail wheel, right? Okay. No machine gun. No machine gun at all. Interesting. So, stage 5, the fuselage is completed with that piece on top, and it's nice because it follows that kind of assembly where the cabin struts are already molded in the correct angle. Okay, and then you have your undercarriage, and remember that the Helldiver's undercarriage extends out from the body. Okay, so typical American style, right? So this thing will just fold back in. That looks appropriately busy actually. And then the tail stabilizers go on, and there's a strut to support it. Stage 6, I think this is already more or less the final assembly, right? The lower plane wing, that wing goes down there, and then the upper wings, 2 pieces go together, and then the main wing struts on the outer wing panels go on. And I think that's pretty much it, you know. I forgot to mention that, the glass house, and it's in one piece. Okay, and I was right. That finishes the assembly, and then you have the 2 markings options. So you have the Cleveland one, and then RAF, standard RAF camouflage, right? Yeah, standard RAF camouflage. And then you have the French one, which has got this really cool looking splotchy camouflage. That's very nice and very attractive actually. Okay, so that's the instruction sheet. Pretty straightforward. Now we look at the parts. The parts look like as if they are in a brownish kind of plastic. A little bit well, of course they're plasticky, but a little bit, shall we say, flat. I don't know how else to describe it. It just doesn't feel, you know, that crisp. Doesn't feel crisp. Anyway, detail is quite decent. It's raised panel lines throughout with some recessed panel lines here and there. Propeller is here, not too bad. That's the upper piece of the cowling with the cabin struts already molded in with the correct angle. Cowling, remember that piece has to be removed, right? And the tail stabilizers, and then there's that collector ring for the engine with the exhaust pipe sticking out. Okay, so this is one sprue with one side, the starboard side of the aircraft. Let's have a look at that before I run off with this. That's the recessed panel line detail I was mentioning. And raised panel line there, I am not sure that's accurate because it looks like as if it's supposed to represent fabric, but it's just little lines. Okay, quite a bit of flash, huh? Quite a bit of flash. Propellers look a little rough. Propeller blades look a little rough. But they've got little guidelines for you to determine how you're going to paint. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think the conclusion, just looking at these parts, is that it is a little bit on the rough side. But okay. Flash a bit. But nothing too tremendously bad. Now this sprue, there's that fuel tank. I'm wondering whether or not it should have been a bomb, but okay, it's a fuel tank. That's the flight deck, for want of a better word. Those are the main wing struts. That's the instrument panel with some molded on detail. It's actually quite decent, to be honest. And then you have your left side or port side fuselage piece. Again, the same kind of fabric detail on the rudder. Raised panel lines. Oh, okay. Now these are nice. These are the undercarriage parts, and they look very finely molded. Yeah. Okay. So far so good. Now we come to this. The main wing, the upper wing. Upper and lower pieces. Again, some detail here. This looks a little bit uneven. I don't know whether it's supposed to represent fabric or not. These should be representing fabric, I think. A little bit of trailing edge flash. This would be, I think, the bottom of the upper wing. And that's the top of the upper wing. How do I know? Because then you have these little holes here. For the main struts and for the caban struts. Right? And then... Okay. Okay. Wait, before I go off, have a look at the detail on the wings again. That's the upper wing. Fine raised panel line. Again, that thing down there, which I'm not sure whether it's supposed to represent fabric or not. Okay. And there's something sticking out here. I think that was similar to the one that was found on the swordfish kit. Okay. Then that's the one of the seats. That's the loom of cables and rods and everything else. And then that's the cylinder, bank of cylinders. It should have been grooves, right, on that, but they don't seem to show that. Okay, they're all quite smooth. Then we have the lower wings. This is the lower part of the wing, right? And this goes up onto the fuselage. And then that's the bottom of the lower wing, or the top of the lower wing, sorry, where the main strut would fit. Again, I'm not sure whether this is supposed to represent ribs, fabric cover ribs, or whether or not it's supposed to be like metal strips. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's see now. What else do we have? That's a sprue piece. It's another sprue piece, and then we have the glass house. This looks okay. A bit thick. A bit thick. Let me see whether I can get that into focus. Huh? There. Okay, I think that's fine. A bit of distortion here. No? Can you see that circular line there, curve there? Okay, but this is molded in a single piece. There doesn't seem to be anything else inside here. Okay, now let's just do a quick hunt through of these parts. Those are the loose sprues. These are the lower wing. That's the upper wing. Yeah, I missed these out first time around. These are the wheels. Is it my imagination, or is that supposed to be like... This one looks like as if it's not entirely circular. This one here. The other one looks like as if it is. This one looks like as if it's more triangular, actually. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you guys think. I think I'm right. That looks more triangular, and that one looks more circular. Okay. Well. Let's see. Yeah. And then one more look at all that. Okay. I'm thinking that this is okay. It's an adequate enough rendering. It looks old. I'm not sure about the history of the kit itself. Okay. If I were to build this, I would probably build it in the French Aeronaval colors, simply because it looks interesting, and I like that. Plus, it seems to be in better condition than this. And this one seems as if it's been chewed off here at the end here as well, right? Plus, I could probably use these decals for something else. I could, yeah. So anyway, there we have it. The SBC-4 Helldiver, a Curtis SBC-4 Helldiver in 1/72 scale from Hella. Decent kit, I think. Is it better than the Matchbox? I don't know. I think the jury is still out on that one. The jury is still out on that one. I think what it requires is maybe a side-by-side comparison build of some kind. Maybe, I don't know. But I have one, and it looks nice. Okay. I have to check on those rip details, but I suspect there's something not quite right. Something else that's missing is, if you look at this picture, there is some kind of dive bomber sight or telescopic sight right down there. And I don't think I saw that in the kit at all. Okay. I'm not sure it was in the Matchbox kit as well. We just have to go back to the video and check that one out again. But nope, doesn't appear here. Oh wait, my mistake. I am so sorry. Apologies to Hella. But there it is. Okay. Nice. All right. So, decent kit. All the details seem to be here. And I think, well, okay. You decide whether or not this is as good as, better than, or worse than the Matchbox kit. Go back and have a look at my Matchbox video and tell me what you think. Okay. That's me for this video. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope it was fun. I think it was fun. I'm glad I managed to find it. I knew I had it. I think I will have a couple more Hella kits around to share. But for now, this is the one that was requested. And I'm glad I was able to fulfill that request. So thank you very much, Damon Q8T, for your request. And I hope this has helped. Thank you so much for joining me. Until my next video, please stay safe. Watch out for the knife blades. Spray paint in a open, well-ventilated area. Watch out for those naked flames. Nowhere near your solvents and your paints. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.